Welcome to the FourthSquare Solutions Podcast. At FourthSquare, we're driving business transformation through technology and innovation. We focus on delivering enterprise-wide solutions beyond IT for the public and commercial sectors. What can we solve for you today?
Hi, and welcome again to the FourthSquare Solutions Podcast. Again, my name's Kerry Boudreaux, and I'm Senior Vice President of Sales here at FourthSquare. Today, we are going to be talking about human capital management, HCM. And I couldn't be more excited than having my dear friend, Srijib Chatterjee. Sri, welcome to the podcast.
Hello, everybody. Hi, my name is Srijib Chatterjee, and I am the Director at HCM Cloud for FourthSquare, and I'm here to talk about human capital management today.
Absolutely. So thank you, Sri. And so when I started this podcast, one of the things that I wanted to do for the audience is to bring this strong knowledge that we have here at FourthSquare to the table, introduce you to these folks so they can share some of their experiences and some of their knowledge to you. And I'm doing that today. Sri has close to 20 years experience implementing Oracle HCM solutions, right, Sri?
That's right. So I have more than 20 plus years of experience in the hire to retire cycle. I have seen, everything. My entire career is dedicated to HCM, and I have, experience across different industries, starting from financial services, healthcare, and for the last few years have been dedicated to the public sector. Have worked on city, county projects, K-12, and so on. And from a global perspective, again, I've implemented HCM solutions for customers throughout the globe, in the Middle East, in Europe, several implementations in US and also in the APAC region. So, I'm pretty excited here to talk about the human capital management and what we are doing in FourthSquare, for different customers here.
Awesome. So let's dive right into it, Sri. For the audience, what exactly is human capital management, HCM? Some people call it, human resource information system, HRIS. But what is HCM? What all areas does it expand to?
Sure, Kelly. So human capital management, as you correctly mentioned, is a set of technologies, tools, for different organizations to manage their employees, right? It spans across different modules or processes, as you call it, right from recruiting, or talent acquisition. Then it moves into, global, system of records, right? Where you maintain and manage the records and the data for the employees. Then you move on to processes such as payroll, benefits, time and attendance, health and safety, talent management, and training, right? So this is the entire gamut of the different processes which we have within HCM. And Oracle HCM Cloud, I would say, is one of the best products in the market, which has this entire range of products. It's just not focused on one specific module or process. And implementing Oracle HCM Cloud, you'd probably get all of these different modules or processes under one umbrella, which is Oracle Cloud.
Yeah. So Oracle HCM, it includes what we call hiring to retiring, correct?
That's fair. So it's called the hire to retire cycle because, you have the gateway, which is the Oracle Recruiting Cloud or talent acquisition, where you're going to hire an employee. They come in, go through the entire onboarding process, and then they continue the journey within the organization where they would be receiving benefits. Their payroll will be processed. They'd be submitting time cards. They would be submitting absences or receiving benefits in the form of healthcare insurance, medical benefits. So everything is covered within Oracle Cloud HCM. And of course, there would be, talent management is a very integral part where they would be doing their performance appraisal, their goal setting, as well as they're going to do their talent review, right? So this is what is all about human capital management. And as I mentioned, Oracle Cloud HCM is the way to go. One of the best products available. If you need everything in one umbrella, that's the product we are proud at FourthSquare to be implementing this for so many customers there.
Awesome. All right. So we've talked about, HCM in the big, where it is, it's hiring to retiring. Let's talk about Oracle, HCM, this Oracle Fusion Cloud product that Oracle has. How did it come to be, Sri, this Oracle Fusion Cloud product, this HCM that they have?
Sure. I think one of the things which I'm really passionate about is that my journey with Oracle HCM or Oracle Cloud HCM is kind of so interrelated with the journey of the product itself. So just want to kind of outline my career. When I started my career way back in 2004, this product was what we call Oracle EBS. It is one of the native products of Oracle, and at that time it was probably one of the best of the breed in terms of the HCM solution it provided. And then from Oracle HCM, I moved on to from Oracle EBS, I moved on to PeopleSoft. PeopleSoft HCM, again, as we know, is one of the best products still available. Some of the customers are still on it, though, the transition for most of the customers from PeopleSoft to Oracle Cloud is complete. So I was working in PeopleSoft from 2006 to 9. And then at that same time, when I was working on PeopleSoft, Oracle decided to acquire PeopleSoft. So, Oracle EBS and PeopleSoft they came into being, and they were kind of being offered by the same company, which is Oracle. And then in 2011, Oracle decided to launch Fusion, and bring in the best functionalities of Oracle EBS and PeopleSoft into one single product on a single platform and offer it, over the cloud to different customers. And I started working on this product almost at the same time. I've seen really the native version of this product, like when they just started. I'd actually seen this product when it was, kind of being offered as a on-prem solution, and then they moved on to cloud. So I've seen the on-prem version of this product and have started working on that. And this product had, like any other product, when it starts, had issues. I still remember we had to raise a lot of SRs. But look where this product is today. Like, it has come a long way. And I'm proud to be a part of this beautiful journey of this product where, it had issues, and today is one of the most robust solutions when it comes to HCM. And within this journey of almost 12 years, this product has come leaps and bounds, and I've been fortunate enough to see all the versions of this product and working on all these versions. And I can vouch for this, that this is probably one of the most stable and robust solution Oracle can provide. So that's about this product.
Yeah. Awesome explanation of the journey and your journey as well. So let's switch gears a little bit here, Sri. So when it comes to implementations of Oracle HCM or any HCM solution, when you're upgrading your HR, software, there can be a lot of challenges. I mean, I said before, these are mission critical, solutions and areas that you have to get right. I mean, if your people don't get paid, that's a pretty serious situation, right? What are some of the challenges that you've seen with implementing HCM solutions, and how did you address those challenges?
Sure. So I think one of the biggest things which we see, challenges which we see going into an implementation is a lack of a modernized HR vision, and a great employee experience. Like, what are your employees looking at? What would make their experience a great experience when it comes to your HR processes? Like, I'll give you a very simple example. Like, the other day I was talking to a customer who was trying to implement recruiting solution, and in their current recruiting processes, they do have a referral process, which is so important when it comes to, from a recruiting perspective. And they don't have a way for the employees to refer external candidates. Today, their employees can only refer internal employees, which is not what, we need as a referral process. So they don't have this. So their current system doesn't offer any way to go and refer any external candidate for the employees. So that's the employee experience I'm talking about. If your employees cannot do that, then there's a serious problem with your entire referral process. And it's not like you don't want to open up your referral process for external candidates. It's just that your system is not able to do it today. And you, as a part of the HR, is not, providing those features to and offerings to your employees. So I think that's one of the biggest problems which we see when it comes to implementing HCM. And from there on, as we go into the implementation, some of the challenges which we face are the legacy system, especially when we see in the public sector, is still using really archaic legacy systems where data extraction and converting that data into Oracle Cloud HCM itself can be a big challenge, which we encounter every time. So there have been instances where we have just gotten the data from the customer in a very raw format, and we had to translate the data to make sure that it goes into Oracle Cloud HCM. And of course, there could be issues with integrations. If you're integrating with third-party providers, such as on the recruiting side or on the learning side, even you might be integrating with ADP for, let's say, your W2s. So it itself can become a challenge in terms of what vendors we are working at. If your vendors are not providing out-of-the-box integrations, you might be spending a lot of time just, understanding the design and, creating those extracts for those different integrations. So I think those are some of the, definite challenges. And in terms of, I believe, the products which we implement, let's say we're implementing, payroll. Like payroll in itself is a so complex module, right? Payroll consumes data from all the other different modules. Like it's where all the data kind of flows into, and it processes the payroll, right? So it processes that entire data. It consumes and processes the entire data. So if the data is not flowing correctly, there could be really big challenges in, as you said, your employees will not be paid properly, right? And when it comes to public sector, right, you see like fire departments, police department, emergency medical services, their time attendance, can be so complex. They have shift differentials. They are using 24-hour shifts, 12-hour shifts, which spans across different days. So getting that data and processing it in payroll itself can be a challenge because of these different aspects of these different complex aspects of of time and attendance and getting it consumed and processed in payroll. Also, what I've seen that payroll can be very complex for school districts, right? So we are currently working on a couple of school districts where what we call they have contract pay, where teachers and principals, they would be working for 10 months or 11 months, but they need to be paid out for the entire 12 months, where they need to be provided benefits. They need to be taking, submitting absence during the 12 months, but they're just working for 10 months or 11 months. That itself can be so challenging when it comes to implementing payroll. So these are some of the challenges which we see, which we encounter on a daily basis in FourthSquare when we're implementing, HCM solutions for different customers.
Yeah. So I heard, kind of a lack of this vision for this modern user experience for the users. And I got to tell you, with this generation and generations to come, they expect that modern user experience like they see when they're buying online or doing their banking online or whatever it may be. So when they come to work, they expect to see that when they're interacting with their employer and with the organization. So great. And then data conversion. Boy, I tell you, between data conversion and then you mentioned payroll, between those two, would it be fair to say that most implementation casualties, happen around data conversion and implementing and making sure we get payroll correct?
Absolutely. And as you see, both are interdependent, right? If your data quality is bad, you're not going to be able to process payroll correctly. So you need to bring in really quality data into the system to make sure that your payroll is being processed correctly, right? So I think those are such important aspects. And as you mentioned, I think one of the major modules, very critical module for different customers is recruiting, because that's the starting point of all data. Like even after data conversion, like as you're maintaining the system, your data would be flowing in the gateway is recruiting, right? So when you are implementing recruiting, it's very important to understand that the module has the data entered correctly for a new hire, so that when that data flows into payroll, the payroll is processed correctly. So yeah, your recruiting and your system of records, which is your global HR and payroll, should be implemented in a very accurate way, so that we make sure that the payroll is processed correctly for all employees.
Yeah. So great insight. So Sri, if I'm an HR director and I'm looking at upgrading and modernizing our systems, I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got all of this. I've got hiring all the way to retiring. That is a huge task. There's a lot of business disruption going on. I don't know if I have the stomach for that. So do you do like a big bang? We're going to do everything at once, or do you kind of go on this as what I call a journey? Do we take it one step at a time? What is the approach and the best approach in your opinion?
Absolutely, Kerry. I think, as you mentioned, it can be very difficult for a customer to, consume everything at the same time, right? So for most implementations, we do take a phased approach where we're going to implement the more critical modules like your system of records, your recruiting, your payroll, benefits, time and attendance would just go in together at the same time, because they are all interrelated, right? You cannot leave one behind and implement the other, right? So you're implementing core HR and you say, hey, I'm going to do payroll later on. That's not feasible, because all these are like talking to each other and really deeply connected, right? So that's usually our phase one, where we would ask the customers to implement all these different processes together. And once that is done, in the phase two, we take the approach where they would be implementing modules like, let's say, talent management, right, which is performance appraisal, goal management, talent review, succession planning, right? Those kind of modules, and also health and safety, risk management, as well as help desk, right? So those modules, they really don't. They are extremely critical from from an employee experience perspective, because an employee really wants to know, hey, how was my performance last year? And based on that performance, how would I be paid, right? So that's an extremely important part. But since we cannot, as we said, it might be very difficult for a customer to go everything together. So we kind of do it in a phased approach where we say, hey, talent can go later, because it's really not talking to payroll directly, though there would be always an indirect connection, as I said, because pay for performance is one of the reasons, right? So in most cases, we would do this as a second phase, where we would take talent management or health and safety risk management as a second part of or the second phase of the project. So that's the approach we usually take for different customers.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I've seen situations where an organization just says, our recruiting is so broken that we just want to do recruiting right now. We don't want to touch everything else. We may do that later, but can an organization just come in and just implement Oracle Recruiting Cloud? and it sync up with their, with the rest of their system, say payroll or whatever. Is that a path that an organization can take?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it is always an option on the table. And with Oracle Cloud HCM, we know it provides that flexibility. It has an amazing flexibility in terms of, hey, you can just implement one and leave the other and do it later on. Right. And as you mentioned, like you really want to, improve your recruiting process, and the way the recruiting is running today, is not working for anybody, right? You are not able to tap into the talent in the market, the right talent into the market, because your recruiting system is so broken. So from that standpoint, we can definitely just implement recruiting and then build an integration between recruiting and your system of records, your whatever is the legacy system of records. And then when the customer plans to move on to the other processes into Oracle Cloud HCM, we can do that later.
Awesome.
So that's definitely an option.
Yeah. So very good insight there. So we've identified some of the challenges that you've seen with implementations. What are the one or two things, maybe three things, at your top of mind that an organization can do, to ensure a successful HCM implementation?
Sure, Kerry. I think we keep discussing about this all the time. Like, I think most of the customers, one of the things is what I've seen is the fear of adopting the product, right? So we have seen so many times that, the implementation is almost complete. We are just 3 months away, few months away. And then, the customer is not ready to kind of adopt the product. And we have seen reasons like loss of talent. There are political issues within the organization, and, it kind of delays the implementation. So this is something, especially in public sector, this I've seen a few times where we are almost there. We have done everything for the customer. We're probably in the last testing cycle, and then the customer just decides to postpone the project, right? So I think so getting the customer ready for the implementation is as important as doing the entire transformation project, right? So the transformation is just not the system, but it's the people. So you need to bring the people along with you to make sure that, the system goes live along with the people who are ready to kind of adopt that transformation. So that's so important. And we can do that by having, a proper change management in place. And change management doesn't come at the end of the project, right? So it needs to be ingrained into the entire implementation lifecycle and the transformation lifecycle, where we start change management from day one, where we are when I'm asking our customers to do our testing, we're making sure that they understand the process end to end. We are, making sure that they are also hands-on with the product. We are doing a proper knowledge transition as we move along the project. It's just not happening at the end of the project. And of course, we know that there are things like train the trainer, right? So the trainer needs to happen correctly, where we are training our customers along the way as we implement the project and implement the different modules, right? Oracle HCM Cloud, I think just want to talk about a beautiful product which we have within Oracle HCM Cloud, which is called Oracle Guided Learning, where it's kind of embedded into the product, where it helps the employees, the end users, to go in and navigate the product by themselves with minimal help, right? Apart from the training which we are imparting to our different stakeholders, they can, using Oracle Guided Learning, they can go in and navigate through the product, understand the product by themselves. So I would definitely recommend them to use Oracle Guided Learning, whoever is implementing Oracle Cloud HCM, so that it makes your train the trainer very easy, right? So I think these are some of the very important aspects where we are making our customers a partner within for that transformation or implementation, and taking them through that journey to make sure that it's a very smooth transition the product. So that's very, very important.
Yeah. So I heard customer readiness, and that is, I think that is critical, making sure that customer is ready to set sail, on this journey. And a lot of times that comes from leadership. In leadership sometimes has to make tough decisions, say, hey, this is what we're going to do. This is the path that we're going to take. We all need to get on board, right? And then change management. I see a lot of times, Sri, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you get into these and you have some employees are like, heck no, I'm not going to do direct deposit. Heck no, I'm not going to sign up for benefits on a computer. I still want to go in and see my HR director. But these are the types of changes that, that an organization is making, to become more efficient. So.
Absolutely, Kerry. Yeah, you're spot on that.
Yeah. So Sri, I want to thank you for your time today. This has been very insightful, digging into this whole, HCM, human capital management, and taking a look at it. Audience, for those of you that are tuning in, thank you so much for joining us. If you have any questions or you need more information, just go to our website at www.fourthsquare.com. And again, I'm Kerry Boudreaux, and we'll be back in 2 weeks. From all of us here at the FourthSquare Solutions Podcast, until next time, continue to ask yourself, how can you be transforming your business through technology and innovation?
Thank you, Kerry. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the FourthSquare Solutions Podcast. We hope you found it insightful. Visit FourthSquare.com to learn more about our team and capabilities. While you're there, search our knowledge base to find articles, white papers, and case studies. You can also listen to additional episodes and read our In the Square newsletter. Until next time, what can FourthSquare solve for you?